What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I'm over this whole Britt storyline. I really am because I'm sick of her obsession with Rocco. Like her looking at her phone, looking at him in his uniform and stuff. I'm over it because when she was in town, when she was alive, or before she got killed off, she did not have any real scenes with that boy. She was not thinking about that boy. She wasn't trying to be in his life. Her mother wasn't trying to be in his life. Now all of a sudden, y'all both trying to, be in his life. Like you're looking at photos of him, your mother considering herself his grandmother. Where was all this before? You know what I'm saying? They had literally no interactions with that kid before. Now all of a sudden, oh, Rocco, oh, he's family. Oh, like, come on, this story is so dumb. And I just felt like they created this story as a way to bring her back, which was stupid because whatever she doing, on that resort, that should have been the story for her return, not Rocco. I feel like her the hell? Yeah, I felt like her return should have been about what the hell she got going on. With this lab and this work that she's doing and this mysterious boss she's working for. That should have been her return. Rocco should not even be a part of her return story. Seeing as how she had literally no interaction with that boy prior. It's just dumb. And it's like, I just feel they're throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks with this story. Because it's not sticking at all. It's just dumb. Like, it makes no sense. Vaughn over here making Jocelyn breakfast in bed. I just don't buy this girl as a spy. I just really don't. She talking about, oh, we should go our separate ways and patrol. And she should be in somebody's classroom trying to be a CEO or something. Like the spy game ain't for her. I'm sorry. It's coming off very unbelievable. But we could see where things are going with her and Vaughn. Because her walking around thinking about him and stuff, she definitely want him. And I just don't care for a lot of her relationships. Like, whenever she get into a relationship with somebody, I never care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the writers don't ever make me care about her love life. They never do. Never. Like, I could give a damn about who she's dating, who she's potentially dating. It's like, okay, it's just boring. Like, don't nobody care. I don't care. So he ended up meeting up with Britt or whatever. Vaughn met up with Britt. He over there trying to get information about the facility, about the resort and whatnot. She peeked, she noticed the wedding ring on his finger. And he tried to play it off like, oh, my wife don't mind me talking to you. I bet she don't. Jocelyn finally came over and saw the two of them. At first, she couldn't see, Britt's face, but she was shocked when she finally saw Britt's face. I bet, she was like having a Twilight moment. She was like, there's some Twilight Zone shit right here. Cause I know I would. If I seen somebody that's supposed to be dead, my eyes would bug out. I'm like, what? Like, I would have to do a whole double take. I would have to walk up to homegirl, ask her to talk something, say her name. And if she turn and look, I know it's you. Pascal been noticing that she been looking at that phone intently lately. That's just the reason why I'm not big on this return. Like, I just felt like this, whatever's going on with Britt right now, that should have been the sole focus. Because Lulu is fed up. Like, she went to the Metro Court pool, saw Obrecht talking with Rocco. She was ready to hit the ceiling. I don't even blame Lulu at this point for going to Carly and trying to get Obrecht kicked out the hotel. I don't blame her. I don't blame her because after what Obrecht said to her in that meeting, she was way out of line, out of pocket. I'm not even mad at Lulu for going scorched earth at this point. Like, her not wanting Obrecht anywhere near her son. I don't blame her. Because Carly tried to warn her. She was like, I got your back. I put her out. But she gonna know that it came from you. Rocco gonna know it came from you. And Lulu sitting there talking about just, come up with a creative excuse. Baby, what creative excuse can you possibly come up with? Because all Carly told the lady was, oh, you got mold or whatever in your room. That's the creative excuse, mold. And talking about, oh, we'll pay for you another room or whatever. Baby, that was a weak ass excuse. I'm like, and Obrecht wasn't buying it anyway. She knew that Lulu wanted her out of there. And of course, Obrecht talking about, oh, I'm going to make sure that Rocco know. At this point, I wouldn't even care. If I was Lulu, I would have just went to Rocco and just let him know, I don't want you around that lady. I'm putting my foot down. I don't care if he get mad. I could give a damn at this point. He's a teenager. He lived under her roof, Dante's roof, well, the Quartermain roof. Listen, as long as you live under their roof and they still protect, they still taking care of your behind and your needs, putting food on the table, paying for your clothes and all that stuff, you need to obey. You need to obey, and that's what you will do until you are 18 and legally grown and out of our pocket. When you out of our pocket and out of our home, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. I can't control it then. But until that point, you will obey. Like, they need to put their foot down with that boy. Because him looking all into Britt and Obrecht is just dumb, and I'm over it. And Lulu went as far as to agree to take Outback because Anna can't have that dog in her apartment. So she agreed to take it even though she didn't want to. But she only agreed because Obrecht, he asked Obrecht to take it, but Obrecht staying in a hotel, that wasn't going to happen. I'm like, that's a poor dog. That dog is just being used as a pawn in this game. That is sad. I feel bad for that dog. I feel so bad because that's the only reason Lulu took that dog. I mean, dogs, I love dogs, but they are a huge responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you're trying to go out of the country, like you're trying to go on a trip or something, you got to figure out what to do with the dog. Like, see if a family member could take it, or you got to pay for it to go to a doggy hotel or whatever while you're going. It's like, yeah, no. Walking it, feeding it. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, Lulu agreed to take on that responsibility. I would have called Dante and be like, listen, I'll take Outback for these amount of days. You gonna split custody and take the dog for this amount of days, whether he like it or not, because that dog wouldn't be staying with me full time. Ain't gonna happen. You better call the baby daddy. Tell him he need to take that damn dog. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that. Emma is definitely sneaky. At least, Anna didn't even try to deny the allegations against her, like, because Emma was like, I know you got Professor Dalton's lecture canceled or whatever. She was like, yeah, I did. To protect you, I did, because Anna's trying to keep her from ruining her life, basically. Because if she gets another, criminal charge, it's going to mess up her life. You don't want that stuff on your record. So she's trying to protect her as best she can and keep her away from shenanigans. But you know what? Emma was like, she told Gio basically that she gonna, be on the straight and narrow for the few weeks or whatever to throw Anna off the scent. But once she's in the clear, she gonna come after Dalton. She not through. She was like, she gonna keep on him until she get what she need to take him down or whatever. I really want to see more of Dalton because I feel like we don't really see him that much. And I feel like this story needs to move because my patience with this story is just waning at this point. Like, what are we doing with this? Like, what's the end game here? My patience for certain stories is just very low, especially when they drag it, like with very limited movement. It's like, let's move this a little bit quicker now. Come on. But yeah, I can't blame Anna. She trying to protect her granddaughter, but you know what? She should know that that's your granddaughter. She not gonna let this go, and I think deep down Anna probably know, because Anna not stupid by far. She probably know that that Emma gonna placate her or whatever. So hopefully Anna's a step or two ahead of her. She see through the BS, because she got a live wire in her hand with that kid. I'll tell you that right now, and I like it because Emma is definitely, I feel, a good balance. She's a good blend of all the people in her family. She's very stubborn, tenacious. She's not a quitter. She ain't backing down from nothing that she believed strongly in. I respect it. She got to be more careful, though, because if I was Anna, honestly, I would just teach her how to be a better spy. She got potential. She's good. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely good. So I would teach her to be better. I would teach her to be great. You know what I'm saying? Pass on what I know. So that way she don't mess up her future. She don't get caught. When she be playing her little spy games. Because that's what I would do, honestly. Because you can't beat them, join them. I'm just saying, I don't think Anna's going to win on this one. She got a live wire for a kid in her home. And it's not, it's better to join than go against in this particular scenario. So anyway, moving on from that. Carly, you know, she better than me when it came down to Marco, because I feel like Marco was giving her a little attitude. Talking about, oh, maybe my relationship with Lucas is, you know, ruining your life or having an impact on your life or whatever. I'm like, I know I ain't to take no back talk out of him and no attitude. Better go on somewhere with that. Because I would have, shit, if I was Carly, I would have had the waitress and all them, you double bill him. Make sure, you know, y'all double bill him, you know, for his meal, his drink, whatever he had, and also his smart mouth. Because at the end of the day, Carly, I think she could see the writing on the wall with Lucas and Marco. She probably got a sense about him, especially where Sidwell is concerned, that this whole relationship between Lucas and Marco is not going to end well. It's not going to continue to blossom peacefully, especially with this war going on. You know, somebody going to get hurt. And she don't want to see her brother get hurt. You know, she's trying to look out for him. You know, and she was honest. She was real about it. She was like, if you're not as into Lucas as he is into you, you need to walk away. And I totally agree with that. Because let's be for real, Marco is not being totally honest with Lucas, but Lucas too dumb to see it and too, you know, obsessed with this man to see the real. You know, that Marco, you can't take him at his word 100%. So Lucas, I guess, is going to have to find that out the hard way. And that's on him. He a grown man. You know, I respect that Carly want to look out for him, but you can only do but so much. And Lucas is hard-headed. But Lucas was giving it to Willow because he did not like what he saw when he saw Drew, you know, her and Drew talking and stuff. He did not like it. He was not a fan of it because Drew is just creepy. Like, he just would not leave this girl alone. Like, he's been looking for her for days trying to talk to her. And she tried to put up a good front, letting him know that he need to leave her alone. You know, this ain't the time nor the place. And he just gave me the creep vibe. Oh, so when is the time or the place? How about the 12th of fucking never? Loser. How about that? Get the hell, go on somewhere. Go do something with yourself. You know, because she's still pissed off at him, rightfully so, and she don't want him around her. You know, she's trying to clean up her life, you know, fix the mistakes that she made. And he's one of those mistakes, and she's trying to get away from that. Do I think it's going to last long with her? No. And I think that's what Lucas was feeling when he saw them talking with each other. He don't trust it, you know, because he basically explained to Willow he feels like Drew is a drug for her, and she's addicted. I could see that because I've always said I feel like she traded in one coat for another coat. You know what I'm saying? She needs to exercise herself from Drew. And I feel like therapy may help her do that because, I don't know, she needs something. Her quitting Drew cold turkey, I don't see it lasting. I don't. Unless she find a new hero to latch on to. That's why I didn't want her around Chase. Because when Chase was singing her praises, stepping in, trying to speak to Mike on her behalf, she sees that as him being a hero for her. And she latches on the heroes. That's what she does. You know, anybody that she feel like playing Captain Save-A-Ho, oh, that's who she gonna, you know, clamp onto. And I don't want that. You know, been there, done that. That man is married. Move on. But Lucas wasn't here for it. You know, he confronted her about it. And he still feel like she not putting her kids first. You know, because he feels like basically she did not try hard enough to get Drew away from her. Even though she protests basically that she is. I don't believe that. Now, I can see why Lucas would be concerned about that. She was like, oh, what, you going to go back and tattle to Carly and Michael? Maybe. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But he was fed up with her. Like, he was giving it to her. And she slapped the shit out of him. Like, just straight slapped him. Because she told him, oh, you know, this job and all this, I got support from the people that work here. You ain't got that support no more. You probably ain't even gonna have no job in a minute. Because you done slapped the doctor. Does she not know that Lucas could get her fired? Like, she's just messing up her job right there. And then what you gonna do when the court hearing come around? And they saw that you got fired for slapping the doctor. What you gonna do? Because she think he can't get her fired? Like, come on. She messing up. Like, I feel like she's so unrecognizable. Parts of her can't even see that she's unrecognizable. Like, she got to know. Like, you a whole different Willow. And it's not for the better. So, anyway. Danny done took Scout from camp and whatnot. I was so pissed when Drew brought his punk ass in there. This fool had the audacity to tell Chase to arrest Danny for kidnapping. I'm like, excuse you? Even Chase was freaking looking at Drew like, what the hell are you doing? Chase was not about. He wasn't about to do that. Chase looked like no. If I was Chase, I would not be arresting Danny. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. I don't care if Anna or whoever at the PCPD get mad. I'm not doing that because that is ridiculous. That is totally ridiculous that he would do that. You know, it's just petty on his part. Even his own daughter didn't want Danny to call Drew. She didn't want Danny or Jason to call Drew. And I'm glad that when Alexis got there, you know, she opened up to Alexis. Like that little girl is lonely. Like every time she wants to visit with her family, Drew pretty much always tells her another time. And then that time never happens. He's alienating that girl from her family. And even Alexis told Drew that, you know, a teenager has more sense in this situation than he does. He sees things more clear than Drew does. And he's a teenager. You know, Drew was being totally ridiculous. Like, if Chase wasn't there, if Chase and Danny wasn't there, I really wanted Jason to beat that ass again. Because, oh my God, like, how much lower can this character get? He got to go. Like, somebody got to off Drew at this point because he is racking up the enemies. He is doing some vile shit. Like, come on now, a teenager, her brother, you're having arrested? Ridiculous. And, you know, Marco pretty much told Alexis that going to court may not be in the best interest because she may get temporary custody, but she's not going to get permanent. You know, so it may not be good for her to fight this, which is understandable, but Alexis is going to have to do something legally. Like, something going to have to be done. I feel bad for that little girl. You know, I feel horrible for her that she's stuck with a father like that. Like, why would you alienate that girl from her family? You know her mama died almost a year ago. She needs people around. She's lonely. You know, she's very lonely. She missed living with her brother and Rocco. She misses that. And that's what her mother wanted. And he's disregarding all of that. Like, Drew is a piece of crap. Like, a piece of crap is better than him. He's lower than a piece of crap. And you can't get no much lower than that. Like, that is just sad. But anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Peace.